it's Jovana again from bumperleads.com. And I'm one of the automation experts here at Bumper Leads. And we help coaches, consultants, and e-commerce businesses bump up their sales, inquiries, and profit. And today, what I really want to talk to you about is this concept of creating a customer journey. And I know there is a buzzword going on in the marketing world, as normally is. And customer journey is now a very hot topic. And the reason why it's a hot topic is if we look at this particular slide that's in front of me, is that your business is made up of a bunch of processes. And if you can imagine a stranger coming in contact with your business, whether that is online or offline, they're going to be taken through a process. Maybe that is a sales process through your various different departments, from how the marketing team have actually presented that ad to how your sales team have actually spoken to that particular stranger or a lead, and how that lead was actually converted into a customer. And from there on, you might also have a process on how that customer gets nurtured throughout your organization. And one simple way you can start thinking about customer journeys in your business is something that I prepared something earlier, which is this. It's a blank page. There's really nothing here. But essentially, you start really by drawing a circle in the middle, because in my mind, from a marketing perspective, you really need to start to identify who do you want to talk to? Who is your customer? So I would definitely start thinking about that, and whether I put a name, because you could attach and call this person, let's say John. You could call them John. Now, that one person is someone who is an ideal customer for your business, and try and ignore all the other customers that come in contact with you. But in this context, you are planning something that is very ideal and very relevant for your business. So think about that one customer that doesn't complain and whine and whinge, and they always pay on time. That customer is someone that you want to start attracting more of in your business. So once you start thinking about those things, think about, who is John? Try and think about, what does John like to do? Does he like to go on Facebook? If that's Facebook, Instagram, whatever that channel is, YouTube, it could be YouTube, or website. How is John getting in contact with you? It could be a referral from the friends. Now, when John talks to one of your sales teams or yourself, what's the number one question that he has? So what is that number one question? What's the frequently asked questions that you get from your customers today? Because that is similarly going to answer a lot of the other steps that John is going to have to go through. And those steps are, if, let's say, you are in the business of selling widgets, something so clever and creative. If you're selling widgets and John wants widget A, what is going to attract John in purchasing that widget A? Will it be a 10% discount? Or will you be bundling widget 1 and widget 2 to get a discount of $10 off? So whatever that is, think about that sales hook of how John is going to come in contact with you. The next step is for John to go through your qualification process, your sales qualification process. How do we know John is actually a good fit for your organization? And, if you're going to say yes to everybody that comes in contact with you, that can be a bit scary. You may not like dealing with everybody else, especially if you're in service business. If you're in the e-commerce business, you want to think about not just the customers, I guess even the wholesalers and all the people that you're working with in your business. How do you want to qualify them if they're actually going to work out, and whether you guys are going to work well or not? The next stage is, how is John going to pay for your service? That's another touch point that a lot of people actually forget, and that is the invoicing. And sometimes, people just use that generic type of language, and they use this language that says, please pay and settle this invoice immediately. Without even any emotional human intelligence in that concept. So can you make this process fun? If you think about John and who John is, Is he actually a fun person? And how can you make this boring invoicing a fun thing to do? So think about those things. Hopefully that makes sense. I try to do pictures, but I'm not really good at drawing everything. But I think if you can see my screen, here's some examples of a customer journey that I actually found on the internet. But this is, I would say, still very generic in my opinion, but it's a good way to start. The other way is to actually draw columns and to think about, the sources of traffic, the leads, conversions. What is the conversion point? Is really, your sales hook and, the qualification step. How is John going to be nurtured? All of these touch points, and also, yeah, I forgot emails, email signature. These are all the important things that you want to think about when it comes to your customer. And so the easiest way, before, don't think about this as an overwork, because it can be overwhelming. And the easiest and simplest way to think about creating a customer journey is to start with one customer, draw a circle, and start drawing and thinking, just visualizing John and thinking about every step that he takes to make a purchase in your business. Hopefully, you found this useful and helpful, and I'm trying to give you as much clarity as I can, because there can be quite a lot of information on the internet. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, we'll try and share as much of relevant content as we can, and try and add value to your business if you're a coach, consultant, or an e-commerce business owner. And you can also find details on how you can book a strategy session where you and I can actually plan this customer journey together and get to a level where you are comfortable in terms of getting this whole customer experience in your head. So feel free to book a session at bumperleads.com/grow, and hopefully I'll chat to you soon.